In today's episode, we start putting the ST back together. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. So today we start the process of putting the ST back together at last, I hear you all say. So we've got a bonnet to do, we've got a front end to do, all sorts of bits. We've got to get those lights back on together as well. And then hopefully at the end of the session, and that may not be today's episode, we will try though, we'll be able to get the car out and just give it a little bit of a test drive, just up and down the drive here to see how it performs, and maybe might just do a little sneaky peek out on the road as well. So we've got a lot to do. First thing we need to do is dress the bumper. The bumper needs all the lights taken off the old one and then putting onto the new one, and then once we get that, we can then hang the bumper on the front of the car, and then going to jack the car up so we can start putting all the plastic fairings and bits and bobs back together, and then we'll get that front end on, the bonnet on, and then we'll see if all the gaps lined up. Whew, a lot to do. Let's make a start. Okay, so task number one, we need to get the front of this car jacked up. Once we get it jacked up, the car's gonna be nice and high, means we can work on everything down below here, get all the fairing and under tray mounted, and then we can then get the bumper mounted at a good reasonable height. So let's get this up, and this car's lowered, so it's going to be quite a challenge, but once we get it up in the air, then at least we can work on it in a manner that will be easy. Okay, so we've got the bottom tray in place. Now that's going to hold up the intercooler. Yes, you probably noticed this is broken. I've got a replacement coming, so that's fine. Don't worry yourself too much. So that will be here sometime during the week. So now what I need to do, I've taken the headlight off. I need to what am I doing now? We gotta get the headlight back on, and then that's it. I need to get the bonnet. Because when I sent the car away, I didn't have a bonnet hinge. I've got that now, so I need to put that on, and then once I get that on, we can then get the bonnet in. But before we get the bonnet in, we need to get those over there in, the scuttle panel, put that back into place. Then we can then get the bonnet on, and then we can do a test shut. What I want to do is just shut the bonnet so that we know that we are aligned to the bonnet hatch. Okay, so once we're happy with that and that's aligned, then we know that everything else is going to line up pretty much. That's the bumper, the last thing which needs to go on the car. So let's get that done. Okay, it's now scuttle panel time. So the scuttle panel obviously sits over here and then bolts down here, over here. So what we need to do is, there's two pieces to the scuttle panel. The bottom piece, which is like a water runner, and it also hides all of that underneath there. And then the top piece just sits proud on the window here. You can see the dust line. Actually, that's the windscreen wipers. It sits down here actually, and then it covers that up, and it covers the motor up as well. So we'll put that on first, and then once we get the scuttle panel on, then we can put the bonnet on and line that up. Okay, so it's now bonnet time. So we'll get the bonnet, we'll get it on, and then we'll do a bit of a fit up, make sure that it goes on. This is going to be the crucial time because this is going to show us that all the work that we've done has been worthwhile. You probably saw me clean up all the scuttle panel. Thought it's probably worth doing it because this is the area that doesn't normally get exposed, and so if I know it's clean, I know it's done properly, and it also helps to identify any issues, any misalignments, etc. So that's all been cleaned up. Right, next thing, bonnet. Let's get the bonnet on. The bonnet lines up and it looks good, then we know we are on a good journey, or half the battle has been done. I'll stick the headlight on as well so that we can check the various measuring points. Okay, so good news is the bonnet is clearly on, as you can see. There is no bad news as such. The only thing is that the bonnet needs to be adjusted. It needs some adjustment on the hinge. So if you look on this side here, it's misaligned. I know exactly what that is. So the bonnet, the hinge is obviously new, and it's got different, what I've done, I've used the original marks on the hinge to line up. Of course, since we've had the work done on here, there is no marks to line up the new hinge to either. So so I need to adjust that, and then that will bring this here in line, because as you can see it's low and it's offset, so it needs to come over here, and then that will line up with this edge here. The actual bonnet is lined up straight, so it goes into the hatch perfectly. Obviously that's going to change, but it doesn't go all the way down, and that's to do with the alignment. You can see the alignment that the bonnet is slightly out here, because even on this side it's proud as well, so it does need alignment. Now, interestingly enough, that's the original hinge on this side. This side was the damaged hinge, so I think this hinge on this side is pulling this side, is pulling out this way, because this one here is pulling tight, taut, which is telling me that that is straight, that is not straight, so that needs to be straightened up as well. So I'll get that straightened up, and then that will bring that aligned, and then I'll have to take the wing off so that I can get this at the correct height, and that's adjusted on the hinge bolts because they go up and down, so that will allow me to bring it up and then slightly forward and then measure the gaps. That's going to take me a little bit of a time to do that, so I'll do that off camera. So until I do that, I can't really put the front on, and I'm not going to put the front on. A couple of reasons why. This here, I need to I've got a replacement one on order. I did clean this up. This is like an air dam. It pulls the air in forward, and this one is damaged on this side. Now it is just an air dam, but it needs to be right. So I've ordered a new one of those, and that will come next week, and that has all this cowling here as well. And there's lots of little plastic bolts that these bits plug into that are not here, so I need to order all of those as well. If we do that, then we know it's going to be right. So those are going to be on order, and until we get those, we will pause right there. But we made some good progress. We've got the front back up together, we've got the lights in. We still need to sort the electrical issue out, and I've ordered a I got 4Scan for all of those who recommended. Thank you for that. That's downloaded, and I am just waiting for a 4Scan compatible OBD sensor to arrive, and then we can fix that up. But other than that, look, this bonnet that I bought is absolutely perfect. Matches perfect. That saved me, I reckon I've saved about £450, because to buy, even if I bought a second-hand bonnet, that would have cost me around £100. And when I say second hand, the wrong color would have cost me about £150, and then to get it sprayed up was about 300 quid. And I paid, as I told you before, 50 quid for it, and it's perfect, absolutely perfect. I am absolutely over the moon with that. So there we go. So what's going to happen now? Well, today is Saturday. Tomorrow I'm going up to Tool Maniacs to get my toolbox, and there'll be a little midweek video on that, and then that will really allow us to be in business. So when these bits come, we'll be able to get them all up, and then we'll get the car ready. And I know you guys are going to be disappointed that we didn't get the car running today, but all things come to those who are patient, and it allows us to do this properly. And you guys keep having a go at me about not doing things properly, so we need to get it right. So once we get the bits, we'll get it right, we'll get the car on the road, and the wait will be worth it, I promise you. Good. Okay, so that's going to be that for this week on this car. Okay, so that's going to be it for this week. We definitely have got a midweek video dropping on Wednesday evening, because we've got the toolbox arriving this week, which I'm really excited to have a look at. I'll be getting that tomorrow. You'll be seeing that during the week. I've got a couple of other videos coming during the week as well, so we're going to start. Those midweek videos are beginning to materialize, as you saw last week, and we're making good progress on the Fiesta as well. Like I said, apologies we didn't get it running today, but we got to do it right, as you appreciate, guys. So that's it. So don't forget, if you are a casual viewer, don't forget to subscribe down here and be a subscriber, and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. We do have lots to come. It is slow at the moment, I appreciate that, but we are building up to something big coming up in November. So stay tuned for that, and keep watching, and keep giving the comments as well, because I do enjoy that, even the bad ones. I always have a little bit of wit with you guys who give me the bad comments, but I prefer the good ones. Excellent. Right, have a good week, guys. We will see you on Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Have a good 3 days until Wednesday.